Hello everyone, today I'm gonna show you how to build a house if you are not a builder or you feel lazy but you still want to create something yourself and you don't want to download something from the gallery. We are going to use a feature which I feel like it's overlooked in The Sims 4 and it's called styled rooms. If you're not familiar with this feature at all, styled rooms have already pre-built rooms and they are sorted based on the function. You can see right now that in the video I'm going through all of them and it does really cover everything what you need to build like a basic house. I am a builder, so you can see that I don't really use this function much, and therefore I have all of these stars, which means those are the new rooms which were added with different packs. So I built everything from scratch, but today I want to show you the way how you can build a house yourself if you don't feel very confident, but you still feel creative and you want to make something yourself. All of these pre-made rooms have different color swatches, so you can change the look of them very easily. You can see the different colors of the styled rooms on the screen right now. This room has 3 different colors and you can see that I'm switching to the blue one. That is basically how this works, and now you will just have to determine which rooms you need for your house. So I know that I will definitely need a bathroom and I need to choose a bathroom that I want to place down. I quite like this one that you can see right now in the video, and you will see me going through different color swatches. When I will decide that I want to buy this room, I will just click the icon buy room. And then you will have to place it down, and at this point we will think about it like a puzzle piece or like a Lego. Right now I know that I will need a kitchen, so I will go to the kitchen menu and then I will choose a kitchen from one of the rooms that are already pre-made. I'm gonna buy this room and I will place it down. And this is the way how I will continue with all the rooms that I want for this house. And I want it to be 2 bedrooms, I need a living room, I want a study, and that's more or less it. So I will show you which rooms I chose once I'm done. Alright, you can see I placed down all the rooms that I want in my house, and now I will have to assemble the floor plan how I feel like it would work. Don't worry too much about the placement of the doors, which are already placed because the room is pre-built. Don't worry about the windows because we will be able to adjust all of that afterwards. Now I'm showing you the process, how I'm working out the layout and the floor plan of this house. And I didn't want to edit this part out because I think it's quite important to show you that there's nothing wrong about playing around with the rooms and thinking how it works the best. It doesn't really matter that it doesn't make perfect sense right now, but as you can see, I'm extending this room because I feel like that should be the entrance to the house, and now it's coming along much more together and it already looks like a house. I just need to enclose this little hole or gap in the wall, and tada, we created the hallway. You can see the original placement of the door, and I don't want it at the very edge of the room, so I'm gonna move the door away and I will actually delete that door completely because I don't want that color of the door there, and I will want to make it more uniform. So I am changing the layout a little bit of this room, and although I'm returning the door back right now, it will not stay there. Just for your information, I have move objects on cheat activated, so I can move things freely and scoot them closer to the desk, such as this backpack. I'm gonna get rid of this door too, and I'm gonna clone the door from the bedroom which I like the best, and I will place them to the bedroom of the girl, and I will also move them a little bit to the center of the room. Now I'm gonna move to the living room and I will get rid of that door because I want to use this place as the entrance for my house, so I will just place the door that I feel like it's matching the style that I want to go for. Kitchen area had originally these 2 windows and I have to get rid of them because I don't want to have a window which is going to the bedroom. But right now I'm getting rid of the door as well, and instead of that I will place just the arch entrance. And I will do the same for the kitchen. I'm also placing ceiling lights there so you can actually see what I'm doing, and I also changed the colors of the arches. You were able to see it, but it was dark in the room. Now I'm going back to adjust the center of this arch because I couldn't stand the fact that it was not in the middle of the hallway, and I think it looks much better now. I scooted this coat rack so it's not standing in the walkway, and I will also move this couch to the back wall because it annoyed me that there was just a tiny space in between and Sims cannot walk there, so it's just completely pointless to not have it scooted all the way back. I'm also adding some extra windows because this room doesn't have much of natural light, so it's another thing once you have your layout that you should do, because there's not gonna be enough of windows in the pre-designed styled rooms. Like here, for example, this kitchen right now has no window because I got rid of those two that were leading to the bedroom. So I'm going to place this tiny window there, and I can keep all the furniture which was already there before. And although these rooms are pre-built and pre-designed, you still have to pay attention to everything and make sure that everything's functional. This is the only kitchen counter that is possible to use for preparing the food, and it's been blocked by that utensil stand. So I always recommend you to playtest all your builds, and I will recommend you to do that even with the pre-designed rooms, because there might be something which is not functional. I am basically leaving the rooms as they are, but you can see that I'm changing little details, such as different tiles in this bathroom, and I'm adding some decoration, changing light and stuff like that, because you can always adjust everything that you feel like it's not up to your taste. But this is much easier than if you had to build everything from scratch. You are just changing some colors and different swatches. Now I'm gonna deal with that awkward space that happens to be there when I connected my rooms and I had to enclose this gap. And in my mind, I wanted to keep this space for the dryer and for the washing machine. What I'm gonna do is that I will actually place the wall there, and I'm gonna place the curtain on that wall, and then I'm gonna bulldoze the wall. So that way it will create the optical illusion that I can hide the washing machine and the dryer behind. And that is just nice small personal touch that you can put into the build that you didn't create completely from scratch. Next step is to actually put some more windows around the house, because they will not be the same for most of the rooms. So I am either changing the color or changing the style of them, and I'm making sure that there's enough of natural light inside of the house. Now I'm gonna change the color of all of these doors that I have leading to the hallway, because I feel like it should be lighter and it will match more the vibe of the house. Because I was originally placing those rooms just as they were, I'm going to move the entire house now forward so it's closer to the street. And this is the place where it's gonna stay, and I'm gonna start to work on some landscaping and also the most important part, the roof. I understand that this part can be quite challenging and quite annoying. I find it myself sometimes very frustrating to try to roof everything perfectly and to make it look nice. But I promise you, it's not that bad, and you will just have to find the biggest rectangle or the square that you can roof first. And once you have that covered, you can start to work on the rest of the house. I'm gonna speed this part up. But there is nothing wrong about trial and error. If you will place the roof down and you will not like it, like for example, I didn't like this part here, I just play around it to make it seamless, and you don't have anything to lose. You can always go back, you can always bulldoze it, so just play around that. And I will also come back later to it, because I will feel like the back side of the roof doesn't look so great because it's just really flat. So I'm going to adjust that a little bit later, and you will see that. You can see that I also raised the foundation up, and I also created a little porch in front of that front door. I'm playing around with the stairs because I didn't like how it was clipping on the side of the foundation. and I am just trying what is gonna work the best for the look of this house. I'm also adding the door which will lead to my garden, and I'm creating this enclosed yard in the back side of my house. Landscaping is always very important, and it can always elevate the look of your house, so that is something that you should spend some time on, especially if you saved the time when you were not building from scratch. So place a couple of bushes or a couple of plants around of your house. It doesn't have to be anything really complicated, just here and there something to make it a little bit different, give it some dimension, and I promise you it's gonna look good. One of my favorite tricks for landscaping is always using rocks, and I'm sizing them down and changing the angle so it looks more natural, and you can see them that I use them there too. Also, don't forget to place some trees, ideally some that you can see in the neighborhood, so it makes the look of the house and the neighborhood more seamless and that it actually belongs there. Now I will add the pool, and I will add some details to the garden. I will add some sunbeds and also the barbecue, and I will also add bins. I prefer to use terrain tool to add this walkway or path over the house, and I will place the mailbox because that's important, because there was no mailbox and we needed to pay the bills, sadly. And this is the moment that I was talking about before. I am returning back to add a little bit of the overhang for the roof because I felt like it didn't feel super right. And this way, how I created the roof now, I feel like it blends with the neighborhood better, because those houses that you can see around are the shotgun style houses, and this roof feels more like it. I will now work on the little details around this house. I will work with the terrain tool, and I will just add some little details which I will feel like it's better to make it a home. I'm also working on the interior. I'm changing the floors so they will all have unified color and look. That is usually one of the tips that interior designer will tell you, that you should have the same type of floor on one same level. I'm changing the wallpaper here as well because I have the same one in the kitchen and I wanted only one contrast wall. But you get the idea. I'm just doing some touch-ups inside of the house, and that is something that you don't need me for. I also deliberately didn't choose to work with any debug items. I wanted to keep this very simple, so I am not using anything apart from move objects on and upsizing or resizing individual items. So it is very lazy, not advanced, but I just want to show you that you can still create quite nice stuff even if you are not experienced builder, and if you just feel like that you don't want to do too much of work around. Because normally when I build the house, it will take me about 4 to 5 hours if it's just a standard size of house, when I think about the layout, when I think about all the items that I put in there, furnishing, and also all the landscaping. Here, I think that I had this entire build done in like hour and a half, and you have to also count that sometimes I make mistakes that I have to edit out. So normally it would take even less time, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about how it turned out because I think in general it looks very nice actually. And I would not be ashamed to play in the house like that. Now I would like to know if you personally play with the styled rooms, because as I said before, I don't really use this feature in the game because I enjoy to build everything myself. I like building. The building aspect is the favorite part of The Sims for me, and I'm pretty sure that I said that in many videos before. I'm a builder, and although I'm not the best builder and there are definitely more experienced ones, I enjoy building in the game, and that's one of the reasons why I play The Sims. However, I feel the gameplay is amazing in the game too, and I still think that I will do more gameplay videos soon because there's so much that I want to explore still. I always buy the new expansion pack and then I never play the gameplay, or very rarely, and I always just focus on the new items that are coming with that. You can see we are almost done with the build, and I don't think that it looks bad at all. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you made it so far in the video, I really appreciate all the support that I'm getting from all of you. If you like the content like this, please consider to subscribe to my channel because it helps a lot. And I love to get any feedback from you. I hope this video was helpful for some of you at least, and that you enjoyed watching it, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much one more time, and bye.